first kid comes. So very interesting that they stringently go into that.
About the what?
About the kid.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
to plan for the kid. So for you out there, if you're thinking of tying the knot, you've tied the knot, or maybe starting a family, this is the right time for you to listen to our guests in studios. We have got Ms. Louise Lowe, who's the licensed financial planner and head of corporate advisory from VKA Financial Consulting, who's joining us this morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us now. It's the new year. A lot of people are planning either to have kids or even get tying the knot. Your advice on newlyweds, a lot of people spend a bomb after the wedding.
Yes.
How do you start planning for the rest of your life?
After the bomb.
It doesn't end in marriage, it starts with the marriage.
Yeah, I like your word, the bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, actually for the pre-wedding and ceremony preparation, a lot of people also out of budget. Yeah. These 2 months, I attend more than about 10 functions. Yeah, like talk about myself. Maybe we talk it lively, more lively. Talk about myself. I get married since 2008.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then I myself even practicing financial planning as well at the time. At the time, I also over budget.
No, because sometimes it's not you, sometimes it's the extended family. It's like, hey, you have to spend on this, you have to spend on fresh flowers.
But it's also tradition, isn't it? It's also the fact that you have your own interests, and yet family brings in tradition saying, and now you've got to do this, you have to spend on this.
Yeah, that's why for a newly wedding couple, the first thing they must focus is how much the over budget they spend.
Right.
So they need to work out the figure so that after they enjoy the ceremony and the section, they need to find out after what we so called after the harmony time.
Yeah.
We need to find out the
what's
way.
the crunch time?
Yeah, crunch time. We need to find out a way. What is the amount, and then how we're going to solve it. Then how long we're going to take it and settle the debts.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
this is the main concern for the first point for the new wedding couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say they can structure out a plan. Okay, we have over budgeted, let's say about 10,000. How are we going to settle the debt? But again, some couples are also planning to have babies.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Is it wise? Let's say you have a debt of about 10,000 to have babies straight away, or to hold it off, or
For me, in financial term wise,
it's not wise.
Need to hold on because you have a debt. Because nowadays, cost of living is compared with last time is higher, as we are also aware. So after you get birth the baby until the study until the university time, actually in total we need to spend about million.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
a million a child.
Estimation calculation for a child.
A million a child.
So after we get married, so since we know we over budget, so we need to settle the debts first before we get ready for the baby.
Now, Louis, would you recommend that couples actually meet up with financial advisors to give them a plan, or is that something you would recommend?
Yeah, definitely. Unless they are well known and also very understanding for their financial status, then they can manage themselves. But we advise them to get a financial advisor or financial planner to guide them how to solve it. Like the one of the usual way that they practice in the market because I over budget, usually I will use the future money, means the credit card.
That's right.
So if can convert the over budget the amount going to an easy installment, zero interest installment plan, and then according to your repayment capacity, then you can determine the tenor, how long you need to settle off. This is the one usual way that practice in the market.
I think that is also what the government has been doing. A lot of banks are doing. They are now doing a law whereby you can only own one credit card.
Yes.
Thereby, the other credit cards or the few of the other credit cards, you can do a repayment scheme with no interest. I think that is what they are promoting right now to all the banks in Malaysia.
Well, in short, basically, don't get credit cards.
They won't get credit cards at all. But again,
if you're in debt, don't bother.
But then again, people, what past is past. What I have done has done. You got 2 kids or 3 kids. You're still settling your wedding debts that has gone for the past few years ago. What do you do after the financial planning? How do you communicate with your spouse? Because I think that a lot of people, they tend to give the the responsibility to only one partner is either the wife or the husband. So how do you do that?
Predominantly the husband.
Predominantly the husband, but sometimes the husband who really trusts the wife, say you can take care of the financial accounts, you know. How do you communicate with your spouse?
Usually this is what we so call the mistake or normal that happen in a newly couple. So the first thing that you mentioned, I just summarize it. Maybe keep the money as a secret. So for example, after I get married, right? If I tell you I'm very good in cooking, then I can prepare a dinner for you.
Right.
You will feel shit. But if after marriage I tell you I have a debt for 20,000 for the credit card, what you feel?
Yeah.
Either one. Either husband tell the
Right.
wife or wife tell the husband, either one. So this is the first mistake. Then the second mistake
Don't tell your spouse or tell your spouse.
actually they need to communicate
So you'd have to tell
You have
before they
to
get
tell.
married. Yeah, I have to
And
tell.
talk about whatever debts that you could accumulate along the way.
Yes, since I get along and going to get married, both of the couple, so we need to get understanding each other, so that we understand each other, then we can plan plan each other, both person, and then we can solve the problem together. Yeah.
Right.
That communication is very important.
Okay, well, communication is something that we'd like to do with each and every one of you out there. So do call us, 22829062, 22823043. Malaysia, if you have gone through something similar, for the ones who've already been married for years and still sustaining it and keeping going strong, we'd like to hear from you. How did you manage, your income and the family as they were growing? We'd like to know, we'd like to find out a little bit on your, with words of wisdom.
Yes. I mean, in my opinion, I think everybody has a lot of financial situations. It's very normal. Even if I have a friend who says, even if you earn 5,000 or 10,000 a month, you still have financial situations.
You still have debts.
You still have debts. If you're not, it comes with the lifestyle.
Well, the thing is, lifestyle is the one that's making us get into this. Now, speaking of lifestyle, and going back to your previous statement that you said that it takes $1 million to literally school a child these days, would you advise for newly wedded couples who've just immediately started a family, would you advise the couple to take some kind of an insurance package or a education package for the child? Is this something like a long-term where the family can look into, where they just put away money for the child?
Yeah, we agree on that. And then we encourage them to do so. Yeah, because when you start earlier, then you can using the compounded interest, the power of compounded, to accumulate your wealth. Either you prepare for the education, either for one child or two child. Yeah, because nowadays yearly inflation of the education fee is about 5 to 6% per annum. So we need to get prepared as early as we can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now we've got something up on the screen. It says 3 focus points. Maybe Louis, you can take us through this.
Yeah, the point 1 is over budget for a pre-wedding that we just discussed. And then the point 2, spouse must have a communication, and then come up with the conclude with the mindset, okay, with the same direction, and then work out their budget for the family expenses.
Right.
Not for alone.
Okay.
It's for both.
Together.
Yes.
For both.
I think a lot of people doesn't understand out there, be it the husbands or the wife, that once you purchase something that's really outrageous, it will automatically affect the whole family. Like, if you want to go buy that bag that costs 5,000, automatically affects the whole family.
You need it if you don't need it, right?
Yeah.
But again, if the person, the shopaholic will say, I need that bag.
That's true.
I need that bag. But again, I like what you say about having a child. Now, I have a friend who was, because I have a child during my first year of marriage, and a lot of people say, are you serious? And we were like, well, what to do? It's already there. The bun is already in the oven. I can't do anything about it. But again, there's another friend who said to me, you know what? Having a child is not as expensive as you think, because especially when they haven't been going to school yet, the basic preparations, the basic necessities of a child. A lot of people said to me that it's not an expensive thing, but it is up to you to make that choice. So are we a Scrooge? Like choosing a particular brand of diapers per se. You can choose a super or triple A, super
best
A
of the best.
grade, the best of the best, or use the basic ones. It's still good. Or use napkins to save cost and save the earth.
Come to think of it, throwing it back to you, Louis. I mean, do you have children, if you don't mind?
Yes, I have.
So how was it for you when you started a family?
Yeah, for me, anything related to money, just only one word: spend smarter, save more.
Okay.
This is a very important thing.
Spend smarter, save more.
You are single or couple.
Right.
This one is very important. That's why for me, I myself and my wife, when we go to the shopping mall and look for the diapers and all that, we will catch up with the parent stock or any special promotion. You know.
Right.
Even though we bought the same brand,
Yeah.
but with the special discount, special price, so we can save more.
So you buy in bulk basically, and that
Yeah.
saves a lot of money.
Yes.
And do you think that a lot of people are being pressured by friends or lifestyles again, or lifestyle or media to spend more on their children? You know what? Oh, you should buy that $30 jeans for your 1-year-old son that he's gonna outgrow in 1 year. You know.
Less than a year.
Less than a
Kids
year.
go up so fast.
So do you think there's a lot of pressure from the media, from friends, from families?
Actually, it depends how you control. Like for example,
How you control your family
how
without
you
being,
control your feeling, you know, how you control your what you want.
Right.
and what you
Because
react towards all the
It's
pressures.
simple scenario. For example, I cannot afford iPad,
Okay.
so I
Not for
force-
you, for your children.
Yeah, for my children, I
Yeah.
cannot afford buy an iPad for children. So how can I go and force myself and buy an iPad?
Right.
That's
I
Unless
mean, to stay up,
Yeah.
put up with the Jonases, as they say. Now we do have another slide that's here that says common newlywed money mistakes. Could you take us through this one, Louis?
Yeah, keeping money secret as we discussed.
Keeping debt secret.
I never tell you what is my financial condition.
Right.
You know, before the marriage. Then after marriage, then only I let you know. Then we will get into some trouble. Lah.
Right.
Because usually the family, for newly couple, love no problem.
Yeah.
Usually the argument is on the financial.
The money
So,
part.
Yeah, money part. So that's why the communication is and understanding for both couple is very important.
Okay.
So not having a budget is very usual. After they get married, they still live like when they are single.
Right.
So
Yes.
usually we will separate into 3 scenarios. One is separate account. Husband have their own account and wife have his own account or her
Right,
account.
right.
Okay. Another scenario is they come with the mindset we have a joint account. Either we joint account for expenses, overcome the expenses, or we joint account for the our financial goal in the future.
Right.
Yeah, and another thing is where I think most of the female will like it. Husband will bear all the expenses, and then the wife say, "Yours money is my money." and
My
then-
money is my money. I like that.
So cliche.
I like that.
Some of the other points that we have here, giving one person the financial reins,
Yeah, this one is as I say.
as you mentioned,
Yeah, as I mentioned just now.
dragging debt down the aisle,
Yeah.
sweating the small stuff.
Meaning?
What's
Meaning-
sweating the small stuff?
Meaning like after they have a baby, they want to save more. They will put an argument. They will focus the argument on a very small stuff. For example, they went to a shopping center and
Yeah.
look for Milo, for example. Then the wife said, "Today Milo is expensive. How much expensive more? Maybe it's just only the $2-3.
Right.
You know, but not willing to buy because I heard somebody say the mini market at what place will be cheaper. Then they never calculate the cost, you know, for
Of the travel and everything,
Yeah,
the petrol.
then the small stuff
I
they
see.
have an argument. Yeah.
Failing to plan for an emergency. Now, I think this is
that's
something that a
very-
lot of people, even today, up to date, a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
This is the biggest mistake that a lot of
Biggest.
couples don't do.
Yeah.
Now, what can you do to counter this? How can you plan for an emergency? And when do you start that planning actually? Is it from day one of getting married or, when you have a kid? And if so, what is an emergency?
Day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the word of emergency already show how urgent is it. Yeah, from day one. So usually we will advise the couple if can open a separate account, a
Right.
joint account, and then put aside of the money from their income, whether it's a single income or by income.
All right.
How many percent of the joint income would you recommend?
Usually we will determine by the expenses.
Okay.
Expenses we get ready 3 to 6 months minimum
Right.
times your money expenses.
Wow.
This is the amount that we need to accumulate for emergency.
For any emergency whatsoever.
Yes.
All right. Now.